This is Valley News Live at 6.
An arrest warrant is now out for a former West Fargo school teacher who investigators say was caught luring a minor for sex online.
Ron Thompson resigned from the West Fargo Public Schools on February 2nd after police searched his home and at work. The evidence seized show explicit conversations between Thompson and a 14-year-old girl who was actually an undercover officer in Florida. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley joins us with details of Thompson's case. Bailey?
Mike, new court documents say even though Ron Thompson was made aware of the teen girl's age, he still turned the conversation into a sexual one, talking about having oral sex with her, as well as described in detail how the two would have sex. West Fargo police today saying there is still evidence left to look at, which means Thompson could face more charges depending on what's discovered. Thompson is not the first West Fargo educator to be accused of sexual misconduct with a minor, and when asked if the district has a, quote, culture problem, West Fargo Public Schools Superintendent Beth Sleddy says there are protocols in place to make sure people like this are weeded out in the hiring process.
And I do believe that the school itself is a reflection of the community, and I think the dangers are in our community, and the school is not exempt from that.
Now, documents also say while Thompson admitted to chatting online with multiple girls under the age of 18, he denies ever having any physical contact with them and also denies having any inappropriate contact or chats with anyone here locally. Mike.
All right. Thanks, Bailey Hurley. Most recent jail records show Thompson has not yet been booked. If convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison.
Little by little, we are warming up. Not sure how long it will last, though. Let's find out how tonight is looking. Hutch?
Andrea, thanks so much. Hey, we did get some snow and it ended late last night. We got about 2 inches in the FM area. Park River seeing a similar amount, a little bit less down in Lisbon and Warren. Way up north, not very much. A lot of 4-inch reports, but the big winners in the Devil's Lake Basin. Sharon, 6.5 inches. Larimore, 5.9 inches reported there, in numerous locations between 2 and 4 inches, including the Grand Forks Air Base. Here's a look at your outdoor skyline right now. A few clouds out there, but flakes flying in northwest Minnesota. So Borup and into the Mahnomen area. Snow is pushing into your region now as it moves south and east. 20s for most areas. It's a 19-degree evening in Thief River Falls. Here in Fargo-Moorhead, we'll be into the mid-20s by bedtime. We will remain cloudy. I'll have hour-by-hour details on a warm-up. There's a couple of growing pains we're going to have to go through, and I'll have details on that as well here in a few moments.
All right. Thanks, Hutch.
30 people are now under federal investigation for drug trafficking on North Dakota reservations. North Dakota U.S. Attorney Drew Wrigley says the investigation into the Rube gang started last summer. The investigation deals with big opioid dealers based out of Detroit. Wrigley says the suspects targeted and preyed upon low-level dealers across Indian country. He says the gang is responsible for a very significant proportion of opioids brought into the state in the past 4 years.
A teen is in jail and a woman is seriously injured after a crash. It happened this morning near the Fergus Falls Overpass Bridge along I-94. Authorities say it started when one vehicle crashed on the interstate and the driver got out to check the damage. She was seriously injured after being hit by another car, which then smashed into a tow truck and a third vehicle. The 2 people inside that car tried to run but were eventually caught. The 15-year-old driver was arrested.
A 16-year-old is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries after a crash in Grand Forks. It happened in the 1500 block of Ryder Road just after noon today. Police said that the teen driver lost control and hit a tree, significantly damaging the driver's side of the car. The driver was taken to Altru Hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police are asking that you check your security cameras if you live nearby.
Police in Alexandria, Minnesota are looking for this runaway teen. They say 16-year-old Ashton Kirk left home on Saturday. He was last seen wearing a black hooded jacket, a black vest, blue jeans, and tan-colored cowboy boots. If you know where he is, call police.
In Bemidji, police are looking into a number of posts circulating on social media. It talks about individuals being followed or watched by others in businesses on our parking lots. The police have spoken to victims and witnesses. They've also watched surveillance videos. Now, they've concluded that the incident wasn't what it appeared to be to the victim at the time. But police say this is a great opportunity to remind everyone to be aware of their surroundings.
FDA staffers have found the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine effective and safe to use. Today, the Food and Drug Administration staff endorsed the single-shot vaccine for emergency use. This is a critical step in bringing a third coronavirus vaccine to the U.S. marketplace. It comes 2 days before an independent panel of advisors are scheduled to discuss the usage. Many expect it will be approved by the committee. Johnson & Johnson says it would be able to provide 20 million shots by the end of the month, with an additional 100 million doses over the summer.
Clay County Public Health is getting more vaccination doses this week. This comes after Pfizer and Moderna announced that they are ramping up more doses for distribution. This week, Clay County has received 1,300 first and second vaccination doses. This is a huge increase from the 200 first doses and 900 second doses received last week. So far in Clay County, close to 8,000 patients have received the first dose and close to 4,000 patients for the second. As weather devastated much of the United States, Clay County did feel the impact of the vaccine delivery.
We did have a delay and had to cancel 100 people last Friday. We wrote it out till Friday, but didn't end up with our vaccine due to the weather delays last week. So we had to reschedule them. So it's a little heavier for us this week.
Health officials also stress the side effects of receiving the second dosage. You can experience flu-like symptoms, fever, head or body aches for 24 hours. Health officials recommend taking Tylenol and ibuprofen.
And if you want to stay on top of the latest COVID vaccine-related information, check out our VNL Vaccine Tracker. You can visit our website or simply open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen. Then tap the link that pops up.
Minnesota health officials are launching a youth testing campaign. They're recommending kids returning to school, sports, or other extracurricular activities to get tested every 2 weeks until the end of the school year. The health department will be providing a range of online resources for schools and youth organizations so they can send to families and encourage testing.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, some veterans step forward in support of how recreational marijuana can help them with post-war pain.
And after some snow, we have slippery roads and chilly temperatures to start our day. A little bit of early day sunshine, but now more clouds moving through. A few of us seeing some flakes of snow. Your hour-by-hour forecast shows warmer weather is right around the corner. I'll have details in your forecast right after this.